Rolling Papers 2 is the album.
Yeah.
July 13th.
Yeah.
You getting ready to go on tour with Ray Shrummin.
Yep. Ray Shrummin, LT Genesis, and Lil Skies, yeah.
Man, so like, I mean, do you get tired of touring, or is there?
No. I haven't been on tour, my own tour, in 3 years, and tour in general in a whole year. So I don't get tired of that at all. I enjoy being on the road.
Is there, like, you know, let's say if you had to split one or the other, like, do you like the creative process more, or you like the performing in front of people?
I like both of them. You can't have one without the other.
I know, but some people like, damn it, I hate performing these songs, but I like
Those
writing
people
them.
are weird. They need to chill out. Like, that's the bad representation of, like, the art form, which is your personal. But me, I love everything. Like, I think about the performance while I'm rapping it. Like, when I'm making the song, I think about what people's reaction to it live is going to be. And then being out on the road is such an opportunity to reach so many people. Like, I would never take that for granted or wish that I could be doing something else at the time.
Like, when you was in the studio creating, you know, just anything from any album, what was the song when you left the booth you knew it was the one?
A lot of Cushion Orange Juice. Like Up, Mesmerized, The Kid Frankie, Black and Yellow. I knew that was the one when I left the booth. What else? Stuff like On My Level, We Them Boys. I knew that was a banger.
Yeah.
I knew that was gonna be crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
All right, so aside from Real Rich, off this new album, what's the one we need to be looking out for?
Gin and Drugs.
So that's an upgrade from Gin and Juice. We just threw the juice away. We're just going Gin and Drugs.
Gin and Drugs.
Who's on that? Is this you, Dolo?
Problem. Me and Problem.
Yo, Problems, dog.
Yeah, that's my man. Like I said, I've known him for a long time, too.
You know, and the crazy thing is that you're from Pittsburgh, but you have such a Cali spirit.
Yeah.
It seems like your soul was already in Cali before you even moved out there.
Yeah, I'm like a honorary LA native. I get along with everybody out there.
Who's your LA best friend?
I got a couple of them. Ty, OT Genesis, AD, Nipsey, YG, Joe Moses, Hitmaker. Yeah, those are a couple of my partners out there.
That's the craziest part.
I hope I didn't leave nobody out. They gonna get mad at me.
You didn't mention Snoop. Like, were you and Snoop friends?
Snoop is definitely like my LA partner. I don't consider him like my LA partner. He my OG.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the boss dog. I wouldn't even live in LA if it wasn't for Snoop.
Now, when you meet Snoop, like, who says what's up to who? How do you make your introductions?
He bumped into me. He was hearing his music through his son, and then he called me when I was on my first big tour, the Wake and Bacon tour. He called me, put me on a song, flew me to LA. We did the video, and then we've been kicking it ever since. Like, we went to the club, and just the way that he moves, like, I was able to, you know, not get on his nerves. and he was always like championing me to just be myself, always like, yo, you're the man, like, you just gotta always be you, and that's all people's gonna love.
You know, that dude is like, you know, in a rarefied air as it relates to hip hop and just even pop culture. Like, you know, Superman look like, you know what Mr. T looks like, you know what Snoop Dogg looks like.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of them people, man. But you're well on your way, man.
I'm on my way.
Yo,
I'll
like,
be there.
I mean, like, your journey began what year?
09 maybe? No, I would say 08. That's when I started like really popping.
But I'm saying, like, when you first put pen to paper, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna be a rapper.
I was in like 3rd grade.
What was the thing that turned you out?
Watching like music videos back then, like Puffy and the Family, Busta Rhymes videos, Bone Thugs and Harmony, like all that type of stuff. Missy Elliott videos. That's like when like Timberland had like Genuine, Aaliyah, Player, Missy. He had like all of them people. Magoo was over there, so it was like that whole clique was popping.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Music was good at that time. The outfits were cool. Like, everybody was wearing like swooshy sweatsuits and like different color. Everything was like really colorful and like, you know what I mean? They were starting to mix like a lot of punk rock with the rap, you know what I mean? So like different genres, and even the visuals, like just the way that it looked, it was just cool as heck.
If you could do it all again, would you rather it came out then during that era?
What, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm good where I'm at.
Got you.
Yeah, I love being where I'm at because of technology.
See, I always ask that of people because, like, you got some people who, like, you know, complain that, yo, people ain't buying music no more because they made so much money off of people actually buying music.
Right.
Now you got some artists who, like, you know, all their revenue comes from streaming.
Yeah.
Like, your record, I mean, like, you had one of the most streamed songs of all time. But did you really feel like you got paid what you were supposed to get paid for those amount of streams?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, cool.
And the cool thing is like, a lot of those artists that were selling actual records, there was no segue because there was no concept of records not actually existing, like CDs and stuff like that. So we're fortunate because we grew up in a time where it was like, all right, CDs are on the way out. They on their way out. They on their way out. And then I got to see the game change too, to where streams started mattering, like in Billboard, and YouTube plays started mattering. So that changed the game too, to where, you know, they say you move 100,000 or 200 or 500, but it's not actual copies that you're actually selling. You know what I mean? So to be able to translate and still do numbers in those areas, because Black and Yellow and Roll Up and No Sleep and all of that stuff, that came out and went platinum before streaming. And then you got See You Again in the records that I'm going to drop now that are going to do crazy numbers on streaming as well. So it's like I'm in a blessed position to be able to come from one and then still be able to do the other.
In the sweet spot.
Yeah, I'm good.
So do you consider yourself old school, new school?
I'm new school.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm definitely the new school.
Who do you put in that class? Because at one point in time, you know, people consider LL Cool J a new school. It's like, what's that cutoff point to where, like, all right, now you're 20 years in, you old school now?
I don't think the time really determines like whether you're old school or new school. I think it's the sound. And sonically, if you're still relevant, then you matter. And I think, like, you know, there's a lot of artists who can recreate themselves and reinvent themselves to where they're still new school, like 2 Chainz. You know what I mean? He's been in the game for a minute, but nobody looks at him like an older artist because when he drops stuff, it's so relevant and it's so, you know what I mean, like in the pocket that you can't really date it.
No doubt. Well, can't date this guy. He go by the name of Wiz Khalifa.
Can't date me.
Yo, Roller Papers Part 2 dropping July 13th. Be sure you do you get anything special if you pre-order it? Do you get like Khalifa Kush or?
You get high immediately as soon as you pre-order the album.
That's what's up. Only high people would believe that. So go for it right now, man. Yo, man, shout out to you. Thanks for coming through, man. It's always a blast.
You already know.
Catch this brother on tour. If you want to see the tour dates, where you go?
Go to livenation.com. Go to my Instagram. Go on Twitter. Have fun with it.
There it is. Where's y'all?
Yeah.